Psych ups with Brian. Yes, get psyched up today. Today I want to talk about it's 4/4, 404, April 4th today. It's actually my elder sister's birthday, Karen. And Karen I always looked up to Karen so much. She was the smartest in the family. She was the most focused. And, she was a great role model. She set the tone for the rest of us. So my mom and dad had 5 kids in 6 years. So we were all kind of bunched up, and pretty much, Lynette or Karen set the tone because she got straight A's in school. She was excelled in theater. She was in the plays in high school. She starred in The Unsinkable Molly Brown. I'll always remember that. And she starred as the Wicked Witch of the West, or Wicked Witch of the East, the bad one. Okay, the one that is in the Wizard of Oz. And so she was just an amazing person. And sadly, she got early onset Alzheimer's, which is like the worst fate of you could imagine, especially for someone who's so smart. And she was so smart. And I will take, a lot of, she set the tone. And I'm a pretty smart guy. And a part of that is because of Karen. And very sadly, she passed away a few years back. So I always think of her on her birthday, and it always makes me think time. It always reminds me of, you never know how much time you have. You'd think normally, hey, I take care of myself. I'm going to make it to 70, or 75 or 80 at least, hopefully. But you just never know what's going to happen in life. And so we only have so much time, and every day we only have so much time. So time management, once you start thinking about life that way, you start thinking about time management in a major way. How am I really using my time? Am I making the most out of my time? Let's say, well, I don't want to, be morbid or anything, but let's say you had 5 years left. What if you knew you only had 5 years left? What can you accomplish in 5 years? I think it's pretty amazing what you could accomplish in 5 years. You could certainly build a large cash flowing portfolio. And that's our big focus. If you want to leave a great legacy for your family, buy 5 rentals, and then buy 10, and then get to 20. If you get to 20 rentals, if you spend your time focusing on that, of accumulating rentals, that is a way to guarantee yourself a nice retirement, because you've got all this passive income, rental income coming in, and leaving a great legacy for your family. I don't know any other thing. I mean, any other pursuit, like if you're doing wholesales or flips, you're putting money in the bank, but you're not building this legacy that you're going to pass down to the kids. They're not going to inherit your flips. Your flips are going to get sold and cashed out. And so again, when you're building a cash flowing portfolio, you're building something that could last for 100 years. Now we talk about, immortality and wanting to have, and there's a saying in Italian, I'm not going to say it right, but centon, and it means 100 years of peaceful existence. And so, it's a toast. And so when you think about, having an impact on the world long after you're gone, how are you going to possibly do that? Through rental properties. It sounds crazy, but if you can accumulate 5 or 10 rental properties, you can actually set it up with your asset protection entity structuring attorney, or whoever is doing your will and all that, that the kids can continue to collect the income from those properties, but they can't sell them. Okay, so what does that mean? That means whichever of your kids gets each of those properties, those are going to stay in their family and in your family for who knows how long, until the world is over. Hundreds of years, hopefully. However long until we're in space. So again, guys, let's build a great legacy. Let's use our time wisely. There's probably the single best use of your time would be accumulating rental properties in terms of dollars per hour of return. In terms of ROI, return on investment, there's probably nothing that you can do in your life that is going to get you a higher return on investment than accumulating rental properties and hanging on to them. Now, you want to do it smart. You want to use seller financing, and you want to negotiate, be a smart negotiator. You want to sell on lease purchase. You want to be smart about everything you're doing. That's why we're here to train you how to do that stuff. The what to say and what to do system gives you all that training that you need to make this happen. Then you just have to put in the time. So how much time are we talking about? At least 5 hours a week. If you can do 5 hours a week, then you are going to be able to and you're doing the right things, you're making phone calls. Again, your baseline KPI, key performance indicator, is you're talking to 20 people a week. Okay. And in the beginning, a lot of those hopefully are cash flow prospects, cash flow seller prospects. So if you can talk to 10 cash flow seller prospects, 10 creative financing prospects, sellers per week, you're going to do great. With a 2.5% conversion ratio, you'd be closing one deal a month. And if you close one deal a month, you're going to be building an incredible future for yourself and your family. That's an incredibly wise use of your time. So again, none of us know how long we have. Let's make the most use of our time by building a great future for ourselves and our family through rental properties. Michael, good morning. Any ideas? Find more wholesale prospects. Guys, if you do not have, there are a lot of computer programs out there that do searches. We have RealFlow, and that will do searches for you to help you find distressed properties is what you're looking for there. So what we're actually looking for, they have AI scoring, artificial intelligence scoring now in these different computer programs. And so in RealFlow, they score them on a 1,000-point scale. And so if you apply the wholesale, you have to sort by wholesale AI score. And if it scores over 900, it's probably what it's actually scoring these leads on is likelihood to sell in the next 90 days. So if it has 1,000, if it has a score of like 995, that property is highly likely to sell in the next 90 days. So if we're going to search for wholesales, we're going to be using a computer program like that, cherry picking the top leads and then marketing to them, reaching out to them, skip tracing and calling them, generating leads through that. That's one good way. But guys, driving for dollars, finding ugly vacant houses, getting bird dogs out there looking for you. If you have a bird dog program, all they're doing is looking for ugly vacant houses. And these are the kind of distressed wholesale properties you're looking for. And if they're out there driving around, if anytime they send you a lead of a vacant house, you're going to pay them $5 or $10, probably $10. And if you actually buy the house, you'll pay them $1,000. So that's a good program to get more wholesales in. I'm not live on Facebook. Oh, well, sometimes I come in later. Okay, there I am, maybe with Charles. Sometimes it comes in. I don't totally understand that. We stay between 1,000 and 2,000. Awesome. Time equals life. Spend it wisely. Yes, there's a lot of quotes about this. I've written a whole psych up all about wise time management that I'm going to be giving to you guys pretty soon. And so, yes, time is life. Your life is your time. And so spend it wisely. Will you help me in my list of RealFlow pre-foreclosure? Okay. Yeah, if you want to send me an email, Lacey, I can talk to you about this a little bit more. Lacey has the same computer program as we do, but again, it depends on what state you're in and what results you get. Texas is a little funky because it's a non-disclosure state, and there are certain states that are non-disclosure that sometimes the information always isn't available, even in the computer programs that are automated. Okay, so, but guys, let's use our time wisely. Let's focus on that over this weekend. And what's the highest and best use of your time would be to call a bunch of sellers, talk to a bunch of sellers, try to get an appointment for a deal meeting over the weekend. That would be awesome. If you could make some calls today and try to set up a meeting for tomorrow, that'd be great. Hit FSBOs. Remember, there's a lot more listed properties than there are FSBOs. So you should always be calling realtors. You can always be looking at properties with realtors every weekend. Now, the certain kind of what we're doing there, remember, is we're reaching out to anybody on a property that's been listed 30 days or has a price reduction. So we know there's a little motivation, and we're saying, hey, we'll pay you full price if your seller will take monthly payments. And of course, we're paying your commission up front. Okay, so, and tell an agent, anytime you talk to an agent, tell them that, yeah, when we buy a flip, we just pay cash and pay cash for the repairs. So when they hear that, then they don't think that you're broke. Okay, so tell them that. Then say, but with these kind of properties, with the nicer properties like you're listing, on those, what we'll do is we'll work it out with monthly payments. We'll work out some kind of seller financing arrangement with the seller, but of course, we'll pay your commission up front. So you're getting paid. All right, so don't forget realtors, guys. Realtors are a really good way to connect with people. Okay. Rental rate. Okay, yes, the rental rate. Okay. All right, guys. So awesome. And let's have a great weekend. Our affirmation for today is I use my time wisely. Okay, I use my time wisely. Okay, 3 times on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I use my time wisely. I use my time wisely. I use my time wisely. Yes. All right. 3 deep breaths. Nice deep breath in. Good. Hold a little bit and let it go. Okay, another one. This is always good, guys. Don't forget to do these during the day too. It's invigorating and it will get your blood pumping. Instead of reaching for another soda or a sugary snack or something, just try this. See if this doesn't give you that little boost that you're looking for about 2 o'clock, when you need a little boost. Try to do some deep breathing and see if you don't need that sugary snack. Okay, one more. Hold it and let it go. Okay, awesome. All right, guys. So have a wonderful weekend. Stay in touch, and I will see you on Monday. Until then, keep expecting success, my motto. Also, getting the best training from the Wolf Couple and taking